What's up, guys? So today we're going to be taking a look at some epic Alliance War highlights. Pretty much anytime I put out Alliance War content, you guys seem to really enjoy it. So I figured I want to try some new series ideas anyway. So if you guys really like this, I might make this a weekly thing. So make sure to let me know in the comments below if this is the type of content you want to see. But yeah, basically I'm going to record pretty much all my war attacks from a given war each week and just kind of break it down and explain why I made a certain decision and why I attacked a certain room. And yeah, just kind of show some of the more exciting things that happened throughout the war and see what you guys think. So with that said, let's get into it. So yeah, we're going to be looking at some Alliance War action. And so for this particular war, we are facing MCU Hydra, and my alliance is a little bit bigger. We are 236 million total collection power roughly, and they're only about 219 million total collection power. So it is about 700,000 power per player. So if you average that out across like 16 teams, ballpark, it's like 45,000 power team to team difference roughly. So it's certainly not something that can't be overcome. We had played them once before and we won that war. So they decided that since it would have been a big uphill battle for them anyway, and we won the last one, they're definitely taking a bit of a relaxed approach to this war. Still, you're going to get to see a lot of what I consider exciting fights. So yeah, let's jump into the first one. We jump into the armory, and it's a 482k Guardian Urva team, also called a BKT team, and Supernatural is perfect for this. So this is literally a 3k punch down, but I will normally take this match even if it's a 50k punch up. Supernatural are really, really effective into BKT. So because this was an armory, I just didn't want to waste any time. If this were like a really critical war where we were doing a big punch up, I would have held out and made sure I was using my Supernatural team for a slightly bigger BKT. And I don't always use them for BKT, but it's one of the teams that they really shine into, as you'll see here. So yeah, basically, especially the way this BKT team is laid out, I can hit Rocket, Star-Lord, and Minerva all at the same time. Getting a stun on Groot means that he's not going to undo all of these debuffs that I'm applying here. So get really good blinds. You have blind Star-Lord, who, as you just saw, his attack there doesn't do anything. You have Vision missing. The Minerva ult, even though it'll heal them, doesn't do any damage. So my team is going to be just completely untouched. So I think that's a 3k power difference. This is basically a punch across, and yeah, this is just a massacre. Supernatural do really, really well into these types of teams. So yeah, it's at this point I just don't want to kill anyone before I can get Minerva down, because if I kill someone first, it'll not only give her speed, but she'll revive them, and then they'll have a death proof, and it'll just take longer to kill them. So we get some blinds coming out from Star-Lord, but it's not so bad. Ghost Rider, I do have to use the basics so as not to miss, but Elsa covers for him, and Elsa's going to go ahead and take out both of them right there. The Mordo ultimate can't miss, so I'm not worried about the blinds there. The Strange basic can't miss, that takes out Rocket, and you can see it's already over. Vision is still blind because Scarlet Witch extended it, so he's just gonna do his ult just to make some particle effects in the air, and then Ghost Rider takes him out. And honestly, I should have already put it in auto and just let them tee off on Groot, but yeah, that's open and shut case, so we'll speed this up and move on to the next match. So now we're gonna take a look at a Sinister Six team, and I literally just put out a video about the team that I like to use to take down Sinister Six. It's actually wasteful to have Ultimus here. So this is about a 20k punch down, which is very, very safe. As I showed you in the other video, this team can do 50k punch ups without much trouble, especially if they're not in security. You don't want to underestimate a Sinister Six Doc Ock and then leave a solo Doc Ock. That just creates a mess and people don't always clean it up just right. But so yeah, this ends up being way too easy of a match, but yeah, they're gonna blow them away just as I described in the video. And if you want to understand what I'm talking about when I keep referencing some other video, you can just search up Ultimus returns to Alliance War meta. But yeah, I like running Ultimus on power armor for this exact reason, as you'll see. So I use the War Machine special there to get rid of the deflects. He's taunting, so I have to attack the Shocker, so I go ahead and use the special because it steals a bunch of regen. As soon as the Falcon special goes off, everyone gets 850 speed bar, and then it's just executing the Wombo combo. The reason I say I get bad value out of Ultimus here is because the Wombo combo just annihilates. So I could have used the ult right there on Doc Ock, but I wanted to wait until he was taunting to get even more damage. So there's the War Machine ult, but what I was not expecting, you can see he's still just above 50%, I was not expecting that Falcon ult to just wipe him out completely. Normally that will not happen. But yeah, Falcon just wiped out Doc Ock, so I didn't even need the Ultimus ult, so I just used it on Mysterio. But yeah, that went fine, and now it's just dispersing of the Mysterio clones. But yeah, quick, easy, smooth, a bit wasteful, but again, we're in their armory, so you're not wasting time by crushing armory right away. Now I see a 504k mercenary team, so I actually get to do a punch up and do a battle that's good value. It's time to bring out my Dr. Octopus Sinister Six. They are just really well equipped to handle the mercenaries, and so that's what we're going to use to dispatch these mercs. I'm grabbing Rhino because we know some blinds are coming in, and as soon as you blind Rhino, he's going to remove a bunch of debuffs from other members of the team. So it's not a guarantee that Rhino will be the recipient of the blind, but the odds are good. Sinister Six just do a great job into the mercenaries, so that's what you're about to see. So they get to take a bunch of turns, but Doc Ock has the taunt from being the highest damage. There's a blind on Rhino, and he immediately removes it, so already Sinister Six have no debuffs whatsoever. And then because there's a taunt on Doc Ock, I don't want them just tunneling on him, so I use the taunt on Rhino, so that now it's kind of a 50-50 who they choose to attack. And of course, Rhino has so much health and armor that they can hit him all day, that's fine. And they go after Doc Ock a little bit, but if he gets hit and he blocks, then that's going to be great. Everyone's going to get a big heal. The fact that they did so much damage to Rhino, and now I'm able to give him all these regens is great, but this Electro I show here, the 100,000 extra focus on this ability is amazing. In war, it gets rid of so many buffs and all the offense downs. So now we're going to use the Swarm special to try to get a Disrupt onto Riot Guard. And with the Disrupt and the defense down on Riot Guard, now you're not worrying about him being annoying and taunting. We can both blind and ability block Taskmaster, so not only is he not going to be able to stun anyone, but when he's trying to assist on all the mercenary turns, he's going to be blind anyway. So you see he takes a swing at Doc Ock there, and it doesn't do anything. He's still ability block, because it's a 2-turn ability block, so he's still not stunning anyone. Electro is just ripping into this Riot Guard, and while he is able to receive a lot of healing, he can't get any other buffs because of the Disrupt. So yeah, he's not long for this world. Killmonger is offense down for his big AoE, so it's really not so bad. Go ahead and send the offense up Rhino ultimate into Taskmaster and Merc Lieutenant. Want to take them out first. Buff flip and big AoE from Doc Ock there, so Taskmaster is already kind of on his last limbs. Big mistake putting so many positive effects on Taskmaster. Electro just rips him to pieces immediately. Taskmaster problem solved. Now we have an offense up Swarm ult, so that takes out the Riot Guard. We got a bunch of bleeds on Merc Lieutenant, and the Electro passive pretty much takes him out. And then we're going to heal block, so try as she might, Shuri cannot save Killmonger. She was lucky enough to escape being heal blocked herself, but it's not going to matter. You can see the entire Sinister Six team is up, and while this was only like a 25k punch up, yeah, it just wasn't even close. They just absolutely erased this mercenary team, so yeah, good value, got a punch up, took out a very scary war defense team, and yeah, again, just nice and smooth. Now we're going to be taking on the feared Marauders team. In the previous video that I released about Ultimus returning to the war meta, one thing that I saw come up a lot was basically people saying, well, if I use my power armor for this, then I don't have power armor for Marauders, and that's the only way I know how to deal with them. So there are a good handful of very reliable ways to deal with Marauders in war. So I'm going to show you one that I used here for a massive punch up. So you can see here's a 140k punch up, and this is X-Men-tron. Just remove Wolverine, throw in Ultron, and then your X-Men are going to be able to have a very effective attack. I don't recommend always going for a 150k punch up. That's a little bit risky, but inside of 75k to 100k punch ups, very, very reliable. And of course, punch acrosses, no trouble at all. Now you do have to play this a little bit interestingly here. I get a good bit lucky as well, so I don't have to play it absolutely perfect. But so you can see, you know, they don't do too much damage. You are going to go ahead and use the Phoenix special, which means that there's a good chance that Mr. Sinister will clone Phoenix, but because they were able to take her below 50%, it made Colossus taunt. So that's a coin flip who is going to get cloned. The fact that it was a Colossus that got cloned is definitely good news for us here. But another thing, obviously now you want the Ultron bots on the field, but you want to basically be really conscious of how you're using Psylocke for this matchup. So you'll see I used her special there to pretty much immediately remove a bunch of the immunities. That's going to be really important. We need to be able to get some defense downs on them to take them out. And also you want to hold the Psylocke ultimate, because if that clone had been a Phoenix clone, then you would be able to kill the Phoenix clone, and when Dark Phoenix put the defense downs on your team, Psylocke would be able to throw them back. So Psylocke, very, very pivotal in this matchup. So I had a bit of a judgment call to make here. I could have waited for defense downs, and I did have 2-turn offense up, but I decided to just go ahead and hit him with that right away because Mystique and Strife were both very low on speed bar. So keeping them slowed, I decided was a good idea, and just already putting that damage down. And then he's going to get his offense up refreshed anyway when Phoenix inevitably dies. So I decided to extend the Colossus taunt and defense up and counter, as well as give him the death proof. And so Sinister just gave everyone a ton of buffs, and I'm just waiting for exactly that right there, which is Phoenix dying. So now we have Dark Phoenix on the field. We get some defense downs out. We're able to send out the Dark Phoenix special there, so everyone gets a nice little heal from the redistribution. I get rid of some debuffs with the Psylocke ult, since I don't have to deal with their Dark Phoenix clone because they didn't make one. So now I'm just gonna basically get rid of Sabretooth because I have no choice because he's taunting. So we'll get rid of Sabretooth here with the Ultron ultimate. That wipes him, and now Strife is taunting because we dropped a Marauder, which is fine. So now we have to go after Strife. But basically, all these positive effects, we have an offensed up Dark Phoenix ult that just wipes them all. So it does re-proc the Strife taunt because Mystique went below 50%, but that's fine. Getting rid of all those buffs, really, really big. And yeah, I want to get to Sinister and Emma as soon as I can, but I have to go in order, but it's fine. We have all the Ultron bots on the field. So at this point, because there's a defense down on Strife, I figure before he jumps in and redirects my attacks yet again, I'll just get rid of him here while I have a clean shot at him. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So you're getting really good value out of the Psylocke passive. For example, on Cyclops, he just went below 50%, so you got that. I used Ultron ult to get rid of him, so now there's only 3 of the original Marauders that loaded in. Good value on the Dark Phoenix basic to remove so many positive effects, and now we have Sinister kind of caught out, so we can keep rewinding him and take him out. And then once Sinister is down, I would like to go after Emma. I don't remember who I actually went after, so we'll see it here in a sec. But another good value basic attack, and then Psylocke is actually the one to take out Sinister. And okay, so good. So I do just start going after Emma. So yeah, and you can see I put it in auto because now we can't lose. We have a very healthy Dark Phoenix. We have pretty much all the other X-Men except Colossus alive. We have so many Ultron bots. Ultron hasn't even died once. And so yeah, it's Emma and Mystique are not about to take out my entire team. So that's a wrap. So yeah, you can speed up the rest of this footage, but yeah, that's 140k punch up on Marauders. You don't have to use power armor. You don't have to use Black Order. There's some good options available, which I'm sure we'll cover other options as well as we keep going with this series. All right, and the final match that I have for you for this video is one that even surprised me. I ran into a very, very large Symbiote team on defense, and every once in a while we see a Symbiote team on defense, but it's not particularly common. The AI doesn't play Symbiotes incredibly well, but of course they are very dangerous, and so we ran into a 720,000 power Symbiotes, and so I was going in thinking I may not succeed with this attack, but if I can kill Anti-Venom, whoever goes in after me will be able to clean it up, so that's fine. You know, we've had a lot of really smooth attacks. We're not really struggling this war, so I just want to go in and make a big enough dent. But what ended up happening was over a 220,000 power punch up that I did not quite expect, so check this out.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f is that?
Yeah, so this is like a 230k. All right, I hope this works. If it doesn't work, like, this is all I got, so. All right, we did get the heal block. Nice, excellent.
I took down the 600k.
Excellent, nice. I am doing some work on this Anti-Venom. He's gonna be dead before they get a turn. You guys, let's go. And we'll, yeah, let's just rewind, you assholes. Oh yeah, Scream is gonna be instantly dead as well. I really want to get to the Carnage, but oh man, Cable, hang in there. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, good dodge. Yeah, why don't you take these fucking defense downs, you dick? Oh man, now it's gonna go after him. Well, maybe we can get him. Come on. Yeah. X-Force, let's go. It's just such a shame that the Carnage is still alive, but let's go. Let's go. Dude, 200 something K punch up by X-Force. I love this team. Let's go. Yo, it is over for you, my friend.
That's a huge
That's a wrap. But all right, so that concludes this episode of the weekly war wrap up. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying out some new series ideas over the next couple of weeks, seeing what you guys like, what you guys don't. So definitely let me know in the comments if you like this type of content, if this is what you want to see more of, if you have any suggestions for how to make it better. But yeah, the idea again behind this series is I'm just gonna be showing basically the exciting war attacks. People seem to really enjoy watching me play Alliance War on stream. However, I don't get to do enough of my Alliance War attacks on stream because my stream time doesn't line up with when our wars actually start, and with war you want to do all of your attacks pretty much right away. So what I'm doing now is basically recording all the war attacks and then talking through what I was thinking as I was playing through them earlier in the day. But so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I also want to throw this out there that I think what would be a fun addition would be a viewer submitted epic war highlight with every episode. So if you have what you believe is a really epic Alliance War highlight, PM it to me on Discord, and if I do future episodes of this, I will include in every episode one viewer selected epic Alliance War highlight. So you might be the featured highlight video, and we can break down an epic success or fail by you. And also, if you're wondering, I'm not going to be only showing victories in this series. I had a really smooth war. I actually did have one defeat in this war, but it was just a 200k punch up that never should have been attempted. Someone told me they thought it was a good idea. I said, I don't really think so. I went in, turns out, of course, it was a terrible idea. I will be putting defeats in this series that are either just examples of crazy bad RNG, or if I learn a valuable lesson, like, oh, it turns out that this doesn't work in this room, or whatever it is. So yeah, this isn't just going to be show off matches. There will be defeats here in the future, but otherwise, thank you guys very much for checking out this video. We've got some other interesting new stuff for you guys coming up in the next few days, so definitely keep an eye out. Of course, be sure to like, subscribe, and throw a banana at someone. Thank you guys very much for checking this video out. I will see you guys real soon. Until next time. Peace!